Hey everybody, how's it going? KhasAdun here, and this is just gonna be a quick update video on sort of where I've been at this whole time. Let me see, have I got a hoe? I do. Okay, let's go farming. I'm gonna go farming really quickly here because I got a hoe and I'm almost out of carrots, and I gotta get carrots to feed them pigs. Here we go. Let's actually go down here. The carrots are down here. Look at all the work I've done here. It's really nice. It's really nice. Here we go. Have I got a block? No. Have I got silk touch? Alright, fine. Good enough. So this is just a quick update video on, let's see here, where I've been at, what's been going on, and what I've learned as a result of my sort of tragic disappearance and all that stuff. I don't even know if anyone's gonna watch this, but I don't really care if anyone does at all. It's okay with me. Let's do... Stop! Alright, whatever. 6? Oh, you are not supposed to be. Let me see, you're... Wait a minute, yeah, you're 5 here. Alright, 5. Boom. Okay, so... I've been gone... sort of dealing with some... I haven't been dealing with anything. Alright, so here's what happened, okay? I started working on a video that I thought was a pretty cool idea. And if everything goes well, and I'm sure that it will, which is what I was afraid of, that video would end up getting seen by about 12,000 people, which scared me quite a lot. And I didn't, you know, I don't know, I gave in to the fear, I guess, is what happened. Not realizing that that's what I was doing, but I just sort of stopped because the only thing that I had left to do was that video. You know what I mean? I stopped everything else. I stopped the Dishonored thing. I stopped Portal. I stopped doing everything so that I could focus on that video. And the reason I kind of stopped those was because those Let's Plays, you know, having to get those out every day was eating up all of my time. I had no time literally for anything else. It was like I gotta get it. Each video took about 4 hours to do, and so that's the time I come home to the time I need to stop so that I can get at least 2 hours of free time that day so I don't lose my mind. And that was just too much. So I mean, what I'm gonna do now, I mean, just discussing where the channel's going, I'm going to do one series a day, and I'm not gonna upload it every single day. So I'm gonna finish, I got like 1 or 2 episodes of Portal 2 left. I'm gonna finish that, and then I'm gonna continue with Dishonored until that's done, and I'm just gonna have a Let's Play going, and I'll be uploading one of those every couple of days, and I'm gonna rotate, so it's like, okay, on this day I gotta work on Dishonored, and then I have other stuff that I want to do. I have I only been going for 3 minutes? It feels like I've been going for 30. Wow. I wonder if I didn't explain fully what happened, why I'm missing. Anyway, there's other stuff that I want to do, and I didn't have any time to do it while I was trying to do 3 Let's Plays, at a time, which gets a video out every single day, but the quality of those videos is not as good as it could have been. Okay, let's go down here. Old Jim's cabin here. This is not kind of a central hub. It connects to everything now, don't it? All the 3 levels here. Go. We're out here. Looks like it's about to... Well, actually, it's getting dark is what's happening. You know what? Let's go to sleep and we'll feed the pigs and the cows and the sheeps tomorrow. So... But I also, have... So, okay, so I had no time left to do any other stuff. You know what? I wonder. I'm just curious. I'm gonna try something. Resource packs. Options, video settings, shh, not fog, shaders, yeah. Let's go to ultra. I want ultra shaders. Those look real good. All right, we'll do that. It'll crash for a little bit. It'll come back for a little bit. There we go. Sorry, I know I ruined it. All right, better. Ooh, we'll sleep. F1. Okay, whatever. Alright, here we go. 35 frames per second. I can handle it. I can dig it. That's okay. Maybe it'll get better. Shaders look so nice, though, I'll tell you. So we're gonna start by feeding, or not, the cows. Here we are. Good morning. What a glorious day this is, brother. Okay, here we go. Boom, bam. You know what? Those shaders are just a little much for me. Not while we're recording. Let's try high. Do that help? High does help. Glorious. Alright. So, I'm so scatterbrained at all times, guys. I apologize. I should have written something down. I didn't think I needed to because that's a major character flaw. Okay, here's... Why did I stop? I stopped because that video that was gonna end up getting seen by 12,000 people freaked me out. I mean, it just totally freaked me out. I started working on it. I developed a cough. So I tried recording everything that I'd written down and I couldn't stop coughing. And I said, forget it. And then I just never went back and did it. Although my coffee is like just barely gone. I still have stuff that I cough up every once in a while. It's gross, but anyway, I just got totally freaked out by the prospect of 12,000 people coming to my channel and then telling me how much they hate me, which I think anybody would be freaked out about. But I have kind of learned now that if you give in to fear even once, you begin to give in to all kinds of fear, and it's never a good thing, you know? So I've learned my lesson there, and now I need to make sure that I challenge my fears at every sort of opportunity, at every turn. That's the word. And yeah, I just like totally stopped me in my tracks. I stopped doing other stuff so I could focus on this scary thing, and I assume the way you deal with fear, I mean, it's how I dealt with it before. You just do it. You know what I mean? You understand that you're afraid, but it doesn't matter. You just do it. I've been through about 14 major operations growing up. Everybody always called me super brave for it. I didn't really get why. Because in my eyes, I didn't have a choice. They were gonna take me into the operating room and give me an operation, and I couldn't do much about it. So, I didn't think that was being very brave. I just thought that was having to do something that I didn't want to do because other people made me do it. And I still kind of see it that way, but I think I understand what they mean by brave, which is you did it anyway, even though you were terrified. Anyway, so that's my new thing is, now that I get why that happens. No, sorry. I was thinking of a book that I read called The War of Art, which is specifically about what I'm kind of dealing with called... There's this thing called resistance, where a part of your brain doesn't want you to go out and live your dreams and do all kinds of cool stuff. And it will try very hard using whatever means it can to get you to not do any of that. You just see, are there any more pigs? No? Okay, then disperse. Then shut up. And, you know, and it'll use fear. It'll use just not feeling like it today. It'll use, you know, sort of lethargy. It'll use all kinds of tricks, you know, to get you to not do what you want to do. Okay, excuse me! And so I began to think, you know, that I'm not very good at this. Nobody's gonna like seeing this. Just, you know, there's a couple people who, just by some fluke, found my channel to be somewhat enjoyable. I don't know why. This is kind of just how I've been thinking about it, and it's not a nice way of thinking about it, but what can you do, you know? So I need to not think so much about that stuff and just do what I like, which is this. I've missed doing this. These pigs are so much fun to kill. How come I haven't been doing it? Get out of here, pigs. Go on. I'm gonna have pork chops tonight, boy. I'll tell ya. Go on. So I feed all these pigs, I make them create a bunch of kids, and then I kill them right in front of those newly born kids. This is what death is. Alright, here we go. So, I don't know, does that explain why I've been missing? I got afraid of 12,000 people suddenly coming to my channel and telling me, no, you've wasted 2 years of your life because you really do suck at this and I don't like you at all. I ain't doing that to me. And I think that would freak anybody out, but the people who, come on now, face those fears, who do the thing anyway, those are the people who are rewarded for their due diligence, and I'd like to join them. And also because I don't know why, but I always come back to this. This is like the thing that I want to do. I've always wanted to. When I say I've always wanted to, I don't mean I've always wanted to do YouTube. I've always wanted to do stuff like this. You know, I used to make movies when I was a kid, little home movies or stuff like that. I took an editing class in middle school and I fell in love with it. And it's just sort of, I don't know, the way that it's kind of, I've always made music videos and things like that. And I think it would be a shame for me to sort of get scared away from that just because I might, just because I finally might get to do what I want to do. Or I might, more to the point, I might find out that I am no good at what I want to do, and that I should just be a mediocre cashier or whatever, you know? Nobody wants to find out about that. Now, there is one thing that I've learned. Sorry, little baby cows, don't die. Oh, they're running to their mom, and I just, boom! Get out of here. That's right. All y'all can get dead. I mean, not you. You gotta grow up and become more beef for me later. Oh, God, it's so sad. Hey. Oh my god, I got like diamonds and stuff. I better not die. So, I don't know what else do I want to do. So, I kind of feel like I've said everything in one way or another. I got afraid of that video. I'm gonna do that video. I have to challenge. I have to not just face my fears, I feel like, but like actually fight them at every turn. And anytime something comes up that I'm afraid of, it's probably good. It probably means that something significant is on the horizon, and I should get excited about doing things I'm afraid of. Because if I'm just going through the day-to-day motions like I have been, just hey guys, so we're gonna continue Dishonored now. You know, that's not very rewarding. But doing things that freak you out, that can lead you places, I think. So, man, I actually wrapped this up way quicker than I expected to. I don't really have much else to say, I guess. I guess, okay, so I've noticed something happening that happens whenever I start to stop, which is I'll do a weird thing, and then I'll do another weird thing, and then I'll keep doing weird stuff, stuff that isn't my usual thing, and then I'll just, like, stop for a certain amount of time. And this time I had to learn, oh, right, where have I been? Right. So why did I leave? I was afraid. Where have I been? I've been exploring. I had to, before I made this video, I just had to make absolutely sure that this is what I want to do and what I should do. And I'm only as sure as I think anyone can be, which is not too sure. Maybe I'm being, I don't know, somewhat humble or whatever the word might be. So far, nothing else. I don't enjoy doing anything more than this. And I don't just mean sitting around playing video games. Because if I was going to sit around playing video games, I've been sitting around playing video games. And it's kind of sucked. It's been kind of lame, kind of lonely. Not lonely, but you don't get, there's no meaning to your life if you sit around and play video games. And that's kind of what I've been missing. Where at least at this, there's a chance that I might make someone's day. There's a chance that I might make someone feel happy. And that's kind of all that I care about. That's all I want to do. I found out a while ago. Because, when you go down any particular path, you first admit to yourself, alright, this is what I want to do, as embarrassing or weird as it may be, this is where I want to go. And then you can't stop thinking about why, why in the world, out of all the things I could have done, why this? This is, I'm the only one who's embarrassed by it too, which is telling. I think Bob Dylan was sort of embarrassed by what he wanted to do. He said, he called it destiny. Sorry. He called it destiny, and they tried to get him to explain what he meant by that, and only thing I remember him saying is, it just is the way it is. You can't tell anyone about it. It's a very secret, private thing that you just have to do. And I get that. Like, it's kind of embarrassing to tell people, well, I want to, these are my dreams, these are my aspirations, and You don't want to be called a dreamer. You don't want to be called... But, I mean, at the same time, that's the message I've always gotten from people. No matter where you go, everybody is always very oddly supportive of going and living your dreams. At least where I've been, and I don't know why. It's a very, very easy opportunity to point and laugh at someone and say, look at this fool. They need to get a life. They need to grow up, face reality. You know, I've not encountered that, and I'm sure I will, and I can't wait, because that's another thing that I'll be able to overcome, and then that won't, be a problem for me, like this creeper is. Okay, no. Okay, let me go around. Okay. So I do get excited about facing certain challenges just so that I can overcome them, and then they're not challenges anymore, and I'm on a sort of different level. Stuff like that doesn't bother me where it may have before, and certainly the prospect of a flood of thousands of people coming to my channel to see what I care about very much, that's a challenge too. And I can only hope that I'm good enough at this that they don't all decide to try to kill me all at once, and if they do, then that's what they do. There's nothing I can do about it. There's this really great quote by Gandalf that I just love, which it's really perhaps, I guess, kind of inspirational kind of quote for me, at least. It happens. I've watched the movie so many times, like I know exactly where it is. They're in the mines of Moria and they're lost, and Frodo is feeling kind of sad. He's already been through so much. He's been stabbed by a Morgul blade. He's seen Bilbo turn into this scary thing, and he's just feeling sad. And he tells Gandalf that he wished none of this stuff had ever happened to him. And Gandalf says, "So do all who wish to see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All you have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to you," which I just freaking love. I love that quote, and it kind of tells me you can't decide what people are gonna do, how they're gonna react. All you can decide is what you're going to do. I thought I lit this thing up ages ago. Have I got coal? Give me that. Oh, right, because they changed the recipe and now I don't know how to light it up. I'm gonna turn off shaders. I like 60 frames per second way too much. As beautiful as they are, I can play with shaders when I'm not recording. But if I am recording, we just make absolutely sure I'm not. Okay, yeah, no, sorry. No, not Christopher Hitchens. Sorry, guys. I had to make sure that I'm not live streaming because I don't want to do that. Oh, it's great. 60 FPS. I love it. Anyway, I do get a lot of inspiration, I guess, from that. I like that quote quite a lot. There's another thing I read in that book called The War of Art. It's a really great message that I read, which is, it's better to be in the arena or getting stomped on than on the sidelines. Basically, this guy's an author. He writes books, and he wrote the book about overcoming resistance, which is this, I don't know, part of your brain that gets you to stop doing big things, that says, no, there will be time tomorrow, or I don't really feel like it today, I'd rather just sit around and play Overwatch, or just outright flooding you with fear, like what happened to me. I can't stop thinking about it. The prospect of making a video that perhaps 12,000 people will see freaks me out, and I'm sure it will happen, because I'm going to make it, and I'm going to make it, and it's hopefully going to be better than what's already on the channel of the person I'm sending it to, because he already doesn't have much time for that channel, so he makes sort of bare minimum videos just to get the message out there, and I'm planning on doing something a little more fancy, so I'm assuming it'll probably get accepted, as and it's good news for once, whereas that channel is mostly dedicated to bad news, so it'll be interesting. What was I talking about? Oh, resistance, right? Outright fear. He said, yeah, better to be in the arena getting stomped on than on the sidelines. It's an author. I guess I just said what I needed to say. I guess that was it. Was that it? This is how my brain works. Everything is totally fragmented. You are getting the full experience of what it's like to be me, and my brain jumps around too much. I can't stay focused on one particular, probably even sentence, and I personally don't think it's conducive to videos like this, but I don't know. I don't know if I can be the judge of that. I'd like to be able to, but I don't know enough about the tastes of other people, and everyone has different tastes, to know if that is good. I want to put another house here. I need to put those diamonds away. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. I don't know. So, I guess that's it. I don't know if I need to even recap, because I've said everything twice now. At least twice. 3 times. 4 times. I don't know how to end this. I could just say, alright, well that's it. But I feel like it was so fragmented that you guys didn't get the message. Is that right? Am I wrong about that? Alright, let me just quickly recap. Number 1, I went away because I was afraid. Number 2, I stayed away because I had to explore and make sure that this is what I wanted to do. I've concluded that it is. Number 3, I've learned that by giving into fear, all that ends up happening is you start giving into fear quite a lot more, and it makes it a lot harder to face your fears. Number 5, as a result of learning this, if I'm gonna do a New Year's resolution, and I never do because I don't see much of a point to it, but if there's one that I think is worth doing, it's that I need to challenge my fear, wherever I see it. Anywhere. Like, I need to, anytime I sort of feel afraid of doing anything, I need to just do it. I need to just get over that. Not even get over it, just do it. Just be like, I am terrified, and do it anyway. Which is scary. But, you know, I'm not gonna let something like fear stop me from not wasting my life. I don't want to waste my life. I'm much more afraid of being old and saying, I had a chance, I could have done this, but I let fear stop me, I let this stop me. I'm much more afraid of that happening than almost anything else at this point. And what I'm hoping doesn't happen is, because if I were to die tomorrow, I would certainly have regrets, but when I was doing this consistently and I was happy with it, I could have died with much fewer regrets, you know, because I wasn't letting anything stop me, and I was doing what I wanted to. And that's important, I think. You find that you'll die with a lot fewer regrets if you just do what, you know, you want, I guess, if you follow down that path that you know you need to go, but may be afraid to admit to yourself because perhaps it seems embarrassing. So anyway, this Minecraft series is kind of just to let you guys know that I'm human, as if you could have forgotten, and that I have flaws too, and that there are things that I have to learn still as well. I remember there used to be snow out here, and I don't know what happened. Maybe it needs to snow again. Who knows? Anyway, I guess that's gonna end the thing here. It's been about 23 minutes. So I'm gonna have one series going at a time. I'm gonna finish up Portal 2. I'm working on that one video for the 12,000 people, and I'm working on another Skyrim reporter, which is more advanced than any other video I've ever made, because I have to learn how to use the Bethesda creation kit and like get and make people act and say things, and I need to get voice actors, and there are people that I know who can do it, but that's going to once again require me to like send them the script, and I hope that they like it, but I'd much rather know that it's not good. But at the same time, man, that's only a couple of people, and maybe they're wrong, I don't know. So I'm torn, man. I'm torn between listening to because feedback is good. I guess it depends where you get the feedback from. So for instance, a lot of people told Walt Disney that Disneyland was a stupid idea. It ain't got no tunnel of love. Ain't nobody gonna come and visit Disneyland. Walt Disney, what are you doing? You're so stupid. Walt Disney did it anyway, and guess what? It's like the most successful theme park that ever has been around. But at the same time, what's that guy's name? The guy who wrote Thrift Shop, Malcolm? Is his name Malcolm? I keep thinking of Malcolm Gladwell or Malcolm X. McMalcolm Macadalia Nut. Macadalia, whatever his name is. You know the guy who wrote Thrift Shop and Downtown, all those songs. He wrote One Love. Anyway, and he had a friend who kind of is like an advisor to him, and his friend said he originally wrote One Love to be the story of somebody, Matthew Shepard, I believe, who was killed just because he was gay. His name is on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, he wrote that from like the perspective of Matthew Shepard, and his friend gave him feedback and said, this isn't the song that you should be making. And he listened to it, and he wrote One Love instead, and that song ended up being wildly successful, whereas I don't think the Matthew Shepard song would have been. So I'm torn, like, when do you know how to listen? How do you know when to listen to feedback and when to just sort of do your own thing and ignore people? You know what I mean? It's a tough one, man. So I guess it depends on just sort of what kind of decision it is. I freaking have no idea. So what have I come away with? That I haven't found anything that I enjoy or I almost fell into the lava there. Feel more suited to do than this. So far I've only received pretty positive feedback on this, so it tells me that I'm not, I don't think I'm doing the wrong thing here. If I was doing the wrong thing, everybody would hate me, and they would say to kill myself, and they would tell me to not do this, and I would get the message, okay, nobody wants to see what I got. Maybe I should look into being an accountant or something. But luckily I don't have to look into being an accountant yet. Now, I do also know that there is a time in every successful person's life where they, not just the odds get stacked against them, but that they do get that message that they should just stop and that they suck and da-da-da-da-da. You know, Walt Disney was told that his ideas would never be accepted, that he was no good and he should give up. Well, then he ended up making Disney. There are all kinds of what's the word? There are all kinds of examples of that happening. You know, Steve Jobs was told he would never amount to anything in school and all kinds of stuff like that. So I know that that's probably gonna happen to me, and I need to remember, I think, perhaps, to not listen to that and to know that this is what I have chosen, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how much confidence I'm supposed to have in this, but from what I've seen, what I've noticed, this is the thing that I'm most confident in so far. I even went so far as to think, well, maybe I should go to college and get a PhD in psychology, because going to college and getting a PhD in psychology would be a lot easier than facing the fear that this isn't what I should do. Apparently, that's probably what a psychologist would tell you. Anyway, I think I've been talking long enough. I don't know if any learning has taken place. I hope that it has, but I understand that if it hasn't. Anyway, I'll be back pretty soon with more Portal. We're gonna end Portal. And then I'm gonna do Dishonored, because I know that the one person still paying attention to this channel likes Dishonored. So I'm gonna do that. And then, hey, maybe I might do Dishonored 2 or whatever. I don't know. But I've also learned that, like the guy said, it's better to be in the ring getting stomped on than on the sidelines. So I think I need to do a bit of that. I don't know, listening to paying attention to what people like. So maybe after Dishonored, I'm gonna do Blood Omen 2, because I know people liked the Legacy of Kain stuff. And I need to have a little more confidence in myself, because I'm way too easy to convince. It's way too easy to convince myself that I suck at this, and that I shouldn't do it because I'm bad at it, and that I'm talentless, and I'm stupid. It's tough, man. But it's nothing I can't sort of just at least ignore and go down the path that I'm pretty sure I want to go down anyway. I can't think of any other way that I'd like to go, and I've got so many unique, interesting ideas that I'd like to put into reality. That's something I've always loved doing too, is creating stuff. Taking something that once existed only within the confines of my skull and putting it out into the world. I don't know why, but I get a kick out of that. So, yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this. I've learned my lesson about giving into fear, and all I can really do about it is ignore it. I don't know what else to do. I don't know how else to handle fear. You just ignore it. You just say, alright, well, I see you, but I'm going to run over you anyway. It doesn't even matter. And when you do the thing that you're afraid of, all of a sudden, I mean, you may have to do it a few times, but that thing becomes a lot less scary, and you can do it again and again and again. So, the thing I'm most self-conscious about is how I look. I look and sound like a little kid, and I'm not. I'm 26 years old. Ain't nothing I can do about it. Am I really 26? My God. That ain't no good. I gotta grow up a bit, man. I'm 26 and I'm sitting here, I don't know if I don't know. I'm just gonna do it. The end. Alright, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.